Hi, this is Joanne Dennison, and in today's From My Chair, which is being recorded on March 10th of 2025, to put it in context, I want to talk about women in the meeting and event world. So March 8th of 2025 was International Women's Day, and in the United States, March is Women's History Month. Now, to some of you, this may seem very dated and absolutely not necessary. And in some ways, I hope you always feel that way. If you do need some perspective, talk to women who are 10, 20, 30, and more years older than you and ask what has changed in their lifetime regarding women. Let's talk about women in the workplace. I am old enough to remember the ads in newspapers, no laughing, that were categorized for men and women, men's jobs and women's jobs. Yes, really. Let's talk about the meetings and events industry, which, as you know, is predominantly women. Not necessarily in the leadership, but overall. How? Why? I used AI to see what it came up with for the history of meetings and events. It went back to ancient times, which was a little further back than I was planning, although I do want to go back and read what they said about Cleopatra. So I jumped to the 20th century. Did not find who the planners were because we all know events just magically appear. So how did women begin to be the ones who planned? I can't say I did specific research, but having been a history major and a women's studies minor, I feel I may have some solid input. For hundreds of years, maybe longer, many of the large social events, including charity events, were planned and held by society women. Women who were rich, from a prominent family, or married to a prominent man, or both. They were expected to be the hostess to balls, debutante parties, weddings, charity events. They were also responsible for social events that were really work or political events for the men to meet, network, and show off their wealth. Till the 1880s in the U.S., most clerks and secretaries were women. As the Industrial Revolution grew, women began to move into the factories and also the offices in the factories. By the 1920s, they were predominantly women, especially after World War I, when men left for the military. They were responsible for setting up many meetings and events in the job. After World War II, the need for skilled workforce in the rapidly growing economy further pushed the development of formal training programs and meetings within companies. And someone had to plan them. In everything I have read, heard, and put together, secretaries became the first paid meeting and event planners. Many of the meeting planners I have met and have had in my classes over the years started out as a secretary, many in the 1970s and 1980s, before we used the term administrative professional. Today, many executive or administrative assistants are the meeting planners for the C-level people and departments. Sadly, they are frequently not recognized as that, even by other meeting planners. And therefore, many of them also don't see themselves as meeting planners. I met one time who was the EA, executive assistant to the CEO of a very large pharmaceutical company, and she said, "Well, I'm not really a meeting planner." And then she told me what she was planning. She was a meeting planner, believe me. I want to share a quote that I found primarily because is Women's History Month. Every woman's success should be an inspiration to another. We're strongest when we cheer each other on. And that's from Serena Williams. So if we want to create a better profession that is recognized as an important profession, we need to support and cheer each other on. And that is certainly what I hope I do for all of you.